Listen, I get a lot of texts asking how I'm doing, how camp is going, so I figured I could just put it up in one post. So I'm in the mountains. This dude's about to beat the brakes off Canelo and be the greatest boxer of all time, and I get to play a part in it. All is well, truly well. We good. I'm good. I'm real.
It's a great fight that we're going to see because we've not really seen a fight where it's like it is a proper 50-50 fight. Why people are saying it's a 50-50 fight? Because Canelo has all the advantages and Crawford has never been beaten. So that's why. And Crawford looks unbeatable. So it's going to be, I think I'm the only guy that's been in with both fighters. So yeah, I'm thinking of maybe going there. I've been asked to go there and obviously give my input on the fight before they go in the ring. And obviously I know both fighters. Canelo's a friend now after our fight we had, and also Crawford had shared training camp with him as well. It's a good fight. Well, I'm not gonna say too much.
Okay.
I'm gonna save it till on the day of the fight.
Okay.
But look, it's gonna be a mega fight. Honestly, it's hard to pick the winner.
Yeah.
But like I said,
this Canelo Crawford fight, I'm promoting this fight with Sheikh Turkey. What I'm doing in 26 is completely different than this.
How excited are you for the event that's going to go on at Allegiant?
How excited am I for what?
For the Canelo fight that is going to go on.
I mean, you know, same night we got Canelo Crawford and Noche, and yeah, it's exciting, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, you like to take on challenges like that.
I do. See how this works.
I know you said you don't want to say too much, but when people talk about Crawford boxing on the outside and, you know, using this movement, almost making it boring in a sense, do you think he can do that with the added weight that gets put on and him boxing in that certain style that we haven't really seen him box like before? In terms of boxing on the outside and almost sort of that stick and moving type.
you're talking about Crawford, yeah?
Crawford, yeah.
Look, Crawford's gonna probably do the same thing that he knows best, which is box, be smart, slow movements, small steps. It's only small steps he's taking. So I think I mean, look, and it's always worked for him. Every fight he's been in, we thought that the fight with Spence was gonna be hard, and he made it look so easy. Now we've never really seen him in a hard fight where we've seen him in trouble. So maybe this could be the fight that puts him in that trouble to see what he's going to be like when he's under pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've never seen either fighter under pressure, like a lot of pressure. I mean, you can't say...
Maybe Golovkin for Canelo, I guess you could say.
Exactly, Golovkin, yeah. But other than that, I don't class the Mayweather fight a hard fight, because Mayweather just a runner, wasn't he?
Yeah. But, I guess Bivol had the size.
Bivol had the size advantage, but this one, I think Canelo has the size advantage. But then again, I've always said Crawford puts on the weight well. If you look at size of him, you see his picture when he was like 185. He looked huge, bro. He looked jacked up and he looked strong at the weight as well. I remember when I used to spar with him, and I think, wow, he's heavy and he's heavy-handed as well.
People don't give as well,
yeah. You know, people don't give him the credit for his power. Crawford bangs hard, man. I mean, and also has that muscle strength. I saw him in the gym when I was training with them, wrestling heavyweights and taking them down, wrestling. So I don't know if you know this, but Crawford is, I think he was like one of the top national.
You talked about how you could throw your hands. I know you're a big boxing fan. Crawford, Canelo coming up. Who you guys got? Don't take the easy road out on me. Give me your prediction.
Listen. In our gym, Crawford sits right there, and Canelo sits right here. That's why you play the game. We're gonna find out. But I'll say this, and I love Crawford. Canelo's a bigger man. He ain't never been hit by a man like this, but Crawford's a great fighter. One of the greatest I've ever seen. I love Crawford. I try to be like him. I love Canelo. I can't call it. I won't call it.
When is the fight?
13th.
September 13th.
Who you like?
Okay. I'm going with Canelo, man.
He's just because he's a bigger dude. I don't know, but Crawford's a great fight. We're gonna find out. I'm glad Crawford finally had.
Boxing fans, September 13th is locked in. Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at Allegiant Stadium for the undisputed super middleweight crown. Voices are pouring in, weighing in with bold predictions. Here's the latest. Regis Prograis offers a measured perspective. He respects Crawford's technical brilliance, drawing comparisons to fighters like Lara and Bivol, but he's honest about the challenge. Canelo's power and natural size are real. Prograis reminds us weight classes exist for a reason, and doubts Crawford can absorb Canelo's shots long term. Still, he grudgingly admits if Bud pulls it off, he belongs on the Mount Rushmore of the sport. Bad left hook Stephen A. Smith sees a clear path, Crawford by decision. He believes Bud's speed, ring IQ, and ability to switch stances will let him outbox the bigger, stronger Alvarez.
Opinion on Canelo Crawford? How do you think that one plays?
I love Crawford, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he reminds me of me. When I look at everything he's gone through, everything he had to overcome, you know, being the pound for pound without getting recognized as the pound for pound, and he's still fighting for respect. You feel me, bro? I see a lot of me in Crawford when you look at his energy, the way he speak on boxing. He processed the game a lot different than a lot of these guys. And I think it's between his ears. He's a smart fighter.
Did he win the fight?
I like him to win a decision. I like him to win a decision only because I believe Canelo is facing a guy that he hasn't faced, a guy this tough since he had to get back to, I believe, what's the guy named that Plant? I think if Canelo come in like he did against Plant and have that type of energy, that type of footwork, and that type of resilience, I think that's going to give Crawford fits. But if he come in like he did his last 3 fights, that ain't gonna.
Perspective, having fought Terrence, him now fighting Canelo, moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a lot bigger guy.
Сейчас всем интересно вот это бой, потому что они занимают паунд-по-паунду. Кроуфорд, у Кроуфорда есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это. Yes.
Very well, and I think he wears Crawford out and wins a going away decision. Crawford is an all-time great, obviously, but there's weight division.
Same night as that, over in Las Vegas, Canelo Alvarez takes on Terrence Crawford. What are your thoughts on that sort of super fight, I guess you could say?
Yeah, what a fight. Very hard to pick a winner, isn't it? Very hard to pick a winner because, like every good fight, you know, no one really knows the skill and competitiveness and ring craft of Crawford, or, you know, you can say the same things about Canelo, but just he has that size. And but I see Crawford in New York when Hamza fought Berlanga, and he doesn't look too small anymore. He's filled out a lot. He looks quite big. It's a great fight. I think they're equally matched in skill, and it's going to be one of the best fights. It's going to, like, when you see how skillful both fighters are, the tricks they have, and how they fight. It should be one of the best fights of the last, I don't know how many years. You know, it should be up there with the best fights we can remember.
Smith doesn't discount Canelo's power, but he emphasizes that you don't overpower a masterful boxer. You outthink him. Talk Sport, Omari Jones, an Olympic medalist turned pro, keeps it simple. Crawford trains hard, gained his weight right, and has the edge in grit and determination. Straight from the ring, he's confident Bud will dismantle Canelo. The Times of India. And let's not forget Crawford himself, who has ruled out doubt. There's nothing Canelo can do to beat me, even in a street fight, he declared, brimming with confidence. The Sun verdict, where do you stand? Pro Greece says Crawford has the skill, but the weight gamble makes this high risk. Stephen A. believes Bud's technical edge is enough to neutralize Canelo's power.
It's a great fight. It's really interesting, intriguing, because Crawford's so good, so talented, unbeaten. It's the box of tricks. I thought the Errol Spence fight would have been close, and he absolutely demolished him. But I just think he's out of his weight division. Well, he is out of his weight division. 2 or 3 weight divisions is coming up. Yeah. And I just don't see how a welterweight can step up to super middleweight, especially a super middleweight who's been up at light heavyweight. I don't see how he can do that and perform for longer than 4, 5, maybe 6 rounds.
Really? Yeah,
I just think the weight will get to him. I used to spar welterweights.
Okay.
And they're good for a round or two because they're quicker than you. When they're skillful and fast, they've got you on the end of the jab, they're catching you with shots. But the minute you get just close that distance a little bit, start to lean on them, start to wrap them around the body and bring it back upstairs, it's almost like the fight's over. It's like you can just bully somebody. There's weight divisions in boxing for a reason.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, and in some of the divisions, there's only 4 or 5 pounds between the divisions. This is Terence Crawford coming up 3 weight divisions, coming up from 147 all the way up to 168, super middleweight, against a guy who's established at super middleweight, undisputed king, and he's won titles at light heavyweight as well.
He's got a lot to prove anyway.
He's got a massive mountain to climb. And he's the older fighter, Crawford. He's 38, 39 years old. I know Canelo's got more miles on the clock, so they're over 65. But he's not a young man, Terence Crawford. So it's outstanding what he's doing. I don't like to say it, but he might be cashing out. He might be thinking big fight with Crawford.
You faced Canelo. If you could give some pointers to Crawford, what should he do to come out victorious in September?
I think you just got to watch the Bivol blueprint, the in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. Let's stick to what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. His one titles through the weights, undisputed at 3 weights now. And listen, if anyone can do it, it's him. I think the weight will be too much of an issue. Canelo is a special talent, and I think the weight will play a factor in the fight. But listen, Canelo once done it and made the step up to super middleweight. I would like Crawford to be more at light middle and middle to build into it, but you take these opportunities when they come, and that's what great.
Going to be Crawford, and that's not going to be Canelo. They're going to be their peak of what they are at this point. Because again, Crawford is 38 years old. Canelo will be 35 by then. So I think they're going to be the peak for what they are at their ages. But it's easy to go, wow, what have you done for me lately? That's usually how everyone kind of sees everything. So, but I think it's good. I think it makes the fight more enticing if a lot of people are thinking that Crawford can win. And don't get me wrong, Crawford can absolutely win the fight. I'm not saying he can't win the fight. But in terms of, how I see it, it hasn't really changed my thoughts because I know better than to just trust that last thing I saw because there's a lot of confounding factors.
Omari Jones banks on Crawford's preparation and willpower. Crawford himself, he's daring you to bet against him. This fight is not just about fists, it's about strategy, legacy, and whether changing weight classes will prove Crawford's downfall or his crowning achievement. Drop your predictions below. Will Crawford's brilliance prevail, or will Canelo's power and experience win the night? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Fight night is approaching fast.